2 time.
And this week I am playing with the proper controls, so I don't look like a bad.
A bad,
Yes.
The kids call those noobs these days.
Something, get good.
Yeah, no
All
kidding, right?
So we need to steal the pikes downstairs here.
Right over here.
So yeah, so we checked this out a little bit. Mike and I did a brief stream
Take the rider's bike
last
for a
week,
spin.
just doing some early initial impressions of this and showing off some of the early game stuff. We thought we kind of dip into a couple different points here. So Nick has played through till about, I would say, the midpoint of the campaign, where he is hunting down specific barons. Part of the story, you know, is that there's the 8 barons and then Prince Aldrin who are responsible for the death of Cayde. By the way, if you're watching this, I mean, there's just going to be spoilers through a lot of this because we are going to be getting into some mid-game stuff later on. But you know, death of Cayde has been kind of spoiled all over the place for months now, so that's not going to be anything too big. Anyway, so he's hunting down some of the barons. I thought this was an interesting way to kind of tackle these, using the adventures, which in year 1 Destiny were usually just like, we're going to string together a series of patrol objectives, right? Like kill some scions so that they drop stuff and pick stuff off the scions, and then run to this point and scan something, and then run over here and kill a a higher level enemy. So those were, there was a couple that were interesting. There was one on IO that kind of set up the whole idea of the War Mines DLC. There was a couple other ones that I thought were kind of cool, but look, by and large, the adventures were pretty just sort of one of the things that you did once, you're like, okay, I'm good. I think this is an interesting way that they kind of treat these almost as like side missions and side objectives, as you know, part of the larger story, but each one in itself is semi-contained and
I hit a loading screen. It's like
Need a better computer, my friend.
I guess so. What the heck? I've never had to have.
Don't worry, I got you.
Right now, it's
have a each of these fights is kind of different way to fight bosses. So the one that we're showing off here is the rider, and it's all done on pikes. Off the fire team here, and you know, there's another one where it will. The Mad Bomber one is also kind of interesting, as if you remember the splinter mines from the Prison of Elders.
Success.
Basically. Yeah, I was waiting for Varix to show up there, but like basically the Mad Bomber will make those mines appear during the course of it, and you have to go stand in that spot and defuse them.
Can we kill another dang pike?
So, kind of, you know, kind of different,
It's right
different
on
ways
top
to
of you,
approach these boss fights, and then just, hey, go over here and shoot this guy.
We're on her. Let's go.
Alright.
Let's do this, boys.
We gotta get off. Remember. Wow. My least favorite part about Destiny is when you jump and you accidentally bump into a wall.
Yes.
And you're like, oh, I just did a wall kick. That's great. And
I like
now I need to gently settle down and reset my jump.
I like that there's a guy here called just Penguin.
Oh. But we have the badass penguin.
Yeah, this was just a penguin. Penguin. So they do a good job, I think, speaking a little bit more on the campaign and the story. I think they do a pretty decent job of setting this up and making you want to go hunt down all these people and take them out. You know, kind of get your revenge.
Oh wow, that guy was just sniping me. I should pay attention.
Of course, put the pike right on your body.
It's fine, I'll just grab another pike off the pike machine.
The old pike machine.
Yeah. The little spawn pads here should just give me another one.
Yeah, watch out for those explosive red barrels.
It's not going to. That's great.
That's okay. There's 2 up here.
Guardian down.
And it blew
One
up.
up there. I'll just take Nick's.
So yeah, so they give it like a little bit of stakes wanting to do this. I think what's also interesting is throughout all of this, they lean heavier into, you know, maybe Guardians aren't these paragons of virtue, really, and hey, you are just kind of murdering a bunch of people, or murdering a bunch of, you know, other races, other aliens and stuff like that.
But they've got loot.
But they've got loot. So, you know, it's one of those things like, hey, if you're just in this for the good fun shooting, it's still good fun shooting, and it's, you know, we'll talk more about the different weapon changes and stuff like that that I think are really good, and that make the good fun shooting even better. But I think if you're trying to approach this of like, hey, I was kind of actually interested in what they were doing with some of the story and other stuff like that, there's a little bit here to sink your teeth into. I'm curious to see where they keep going. What's up?
Can you tell me more about the Crow?
I would love to tell you everything there is about the Crow, but I have not filled out that lore tab yet.
Oh.
Which we showed off last week. Hey, there's
We did show off lore.
Which is really nice. You don't have to go to a website or check it on your phone. You can just pull that up in the game and read up on all the lore and get some backstory. Which is good.
She went back to the other area.
Yeah. I'm on its tail.
Because there is some well-written, interesting stuff, that, you know, in all that lore.
So I'm going to ask you a single question, and that is not spoilery if you know what I'm talking about, but not spoilery at all if you don't.
Okay.
Did you or didn't you?
I don't know.
Ambiguity.
I don't know.
Ooh,
The
2
Riders'
legendary
racing days are
drops.
over.
Bam!
Guess Cayde's
Look at
record
you.
is safe.
Look at me.
6
3!
names off our list.
What the
Only
hell?
2 left.
Death
then
bicycle.
Aldrin. Maybe Petra or Spider has a lead
let me
on the
take a look at
machinist or the
that.
fanatic for us.
Unflinching kinetic range. This one's got bow reserves. Maybe I should switch to my bow just for fun.
Oh, hey. Where's Mike? I got something to show him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got something to show you. Alright, check this out.
That's funny.
It keeps going.
It does. You should do a dance during it. It's the one thing I love about all this is like these kind of
The persistent one. Yeah, that's apparently a bug, but everyone's doing it. I like this dance, though. It's good. It's good. So what should we do next? Are you and I doing something?
Yeah, to make sure we have enough time, let me hop over to my Titan and let's take on some of the higher end game stuff here to kind of go through.
All right, where do you want to start?
Hey, lore.
A lore item, you say?
A lore item.
Is that dead ghost I spy?
Some crystals.
Oh, lore. Triumphs. I love that the tab is literally lore.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, let me change my character real quick. And then switch.
I just completed the Tangled Shore lore book.
Nice.
My friend, it is a glorious day in the universe. Even though a player has left my fire team.